Your allies form mobs outside justices' homes. Yeah.
You say it's too soon to take action, that we are politicizing these tragedies to enact new policies. It has been 23 years since Columbine, 15 years since Virginia Tech, 10 years since Sandy Hook, 7 years since Charleston, 4 years since Parkland and Santa Fe and the Tree of Life Synagogue in Pittsburgh. It has been 3 years since El Paso. It has been a week since we learned again that gun violence can reach any of our children and grandchildren at any time, and that no number of armed guards can guarantee their safety. It has not even been 24 hours since the last mass shooting, and who knows how long until the next one. Too soon? My friends, what the hell are you waiting for?
But there's a willingness to just ram through this package, and the answer is, we don't have any patience for you if you're objecting. The voices are raised, the accusations are made, Republicans are complicit. I can tell you this, and let me be clear, you are not going to bully your way into stripping Americans of fundamental rights.
Do we as a nation have the God-given right to live free from this scourge of gun violence, of senseless suffering, of death and despair? Because we cannot keep doing this. An entire generation of children are learning that the adults they look up to cannot or will not protect them. We all agree that the status quo is unacceptable. We all understand that the murder of our children cannot continue, and we have solutions that a majority of American people believe in. They are common sense compromises that will keep American children alive. Solutions to protect our kids, to keep guns out of the hands of those who should not have them, and to stop our neighbors from being slaughtered in our schools, in our churches, and in our supermarkets. Throughout this nation's history, our elected leaders have risen to the task. And we have the opportunity to do this again right now as a nation, to do the right thing and address this moment in history. Because this is the time right now. This is the moment. It may be the only moment that we have. We are facing the challenge of our lifetime, and this is the issue of our era. And we must summon the courage to do what is right, the courage to protect our kids.
Assault weapons are made to kill. The picture that Miss Jackson Lee had up here of those 19 children, the last time you'll be able, or anybody would be able to recognize some of them. Because when they're hit with an assault weapon, they cannot be identified. They are obliterated. And they need DNA to identify them. They put holes in their bodies so large that there's no way they could survive. They are weapons of war and weapons of death and weapons of destruction that we should not permit out here. And when somebody who's 18 years old and right after their birthday, they go and one of the first things they do is buy an assault weapon, that should be a red flag.
I'll confess I don't know much about the gun lobby that my colleague referenced. It is reflexive and it is irresponsible to consider bills while we're still trying to figure out what happened in some of these circumstances that you suggest animated the need for this hearing. The chairman referenced Uvalde in the first moments of this hearing, but yet we're still deciphering key elements of the law enforcement response, of the physical plant, of points of intrusion. And it is not kind, and it is not compassionate to tell people that you're doing something to help them when in fact you have no idea whether or not this legislation that you fashioned would in fact do that.
Right here in front of me, I have a Sig Sauer P226. Comes with a 21-round magazine. This gun would be banned. Here's a 12-round magazine. This magazine would be banned under this current bill. It doesn't fit because this gun was made for a 21-round magazine. This gun would be banned under this bill. Here's a Sig Sauer 320. It takes a 20-round magazine. Here's a 12-round magazine that would be banned. It doesn't fit because it would be banned. This gun would be banned under this bill. Here's a gun I carry every single day to protect myself, my family, my wife, my home. This is a XL Sig Sauer P365. Comes with a 15-round magazine. Here's a 7-round magazine, which would be less than what would be lawful under this bill if this bill were to become law. It doesn't fit. So this gun would be banned.
I hope the
under
gun
Democrat
is not
bill.
loaded.
I'm at my house. I can do whatever I want with my guns.
Here's a
So
point of
that
order.
is exactly what the Democrats want to do.
And for bringing this really important piece of legislation to the committee.